Hello everybody, and welcome to Sven Plays Kholat. However you say that. This is Halloween night where I am right now, and I thought what better way to do it than to actually sit down and record another horror game. One that I have heard next to nothing about, but that looked amazing from what I saw. I basically had one of my friends gushing praise about it to me, and I thought, why not? Try something I know very little about and see what's in store. So I'm afraid I know nothing about this game, so I'm pretty much just going to dive headlong in, and we'll see if it turns out to be as good as I hear. Yes. And now the exposition begins.
56 years ago, Russia, the northern Ural Mountains. A group of 9 students of the Ural Polytechnic Institute embarked upon a difficult winter expedition to reach the Otorten mountain. Their journey seemed to progress according to plan. However, on the 7th day of their trip, the weather conditions worsened. They lost their orientation and were forced to set up a camp on the slope of the mountain called Kholat Siakal. It was their last stop. 3 weeks later in Yekaterinburg, when their families received no word of their success, the first rescue expeditions were sent. On February 25th, 1959, an abandoned encampment was found. The tent was torn down and covered with snow, with all the group's belongings left inside. Further examination revealed it was cut from inside out. The surrounding footprints indicated the crew had fled the tent. They were barefooted. This suggests a frantic escape, characteristic of people scared out of their wits. 2 sets of prints led to a forested area down the slope. The rescue team found an improvised fireplace and 2 bodies. They were lying in but their underwear, with cuts and scratches to their limbs, suggesting they had tried to climb the tree in panic. What could terrify them so much? The next 3 bodies were found scattered a few hundred meters from the first discovery. One of them had suffered a fractured skull, this despite no evidence of a struggle. It took the spring thaw 2 months later to enable the rescue team to find the rest of the victims. The last 4 skiers were found buried in a thick layer of ice and snow. Their autopsies led to even more bizarre findings. All of the bodies had severe internal injuries caused by an undetermined force, similar to that of a serious car accident. No external damage nor bruises were visible, besides a tongue ripped from one victim's mouth and a strange orange skin color. Much speculation arose from these puzzling events. Such theories included attack from the local tribesmen, from an avalanche, or animals. Each theory, however, only served to create more questions. The truth behind this tragic course of events remains unexplained to this day. What really happened? Maybe the answer still waits to be discovered, deep under the snow.
Well, talk about a gloomy setting. I actually heard that this is apparently based off real-life events that happened years and years ago. I don't really know the details of it, but first impression is, wow, this is a pretty game. Very moody. So, where do I go, I guess? Ooh. Nice music. If only I could read what I assume is Russian. Can I go inside here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh good, I can't sprint. But not for very long, so... Oh well, I'll just soak in the atmosphere of this very frosty looking place. This game is seriously pretty. Ah, the bloom! So much bloom! Ah! Now, I don't actually know how much of the events of this game are going to be fairly grounded in realism, or if there's going to be like a whole bunch of supernatural stuff. I guess I'll see. But given the nature of the opening sequence, I'm going to assume paranormal. Do I have a map? Nope, not yet apparently. There was a map key in the menu, so I assume I'll get one later. Well, this road seems the obvious route. And a lone little cabin over here. It's very pretty though. Oh no, is there a blizzard? Can I go inside this place? I can't jump. There's no jump button in this game. Doesn't look like I'm getting in there. So I guess I just follow the road. And there's a fork in the road. As usual, I've got the sound quite loud in my headphones, so I do feel a little bit like I have to speak louder to power over the sound of the game, but then I have to remind myself that in editing I do in fact reduce the game's volume to be a bit more bearable. I guess I'll follow the train tracks. Or, nope, looks like I have to go back towards the main road. Ooh, wait, the tone of the music's changing. Ooh, what's going on here? Ooh, very moody stuff. Like for an indie game, this looks insanely polished. Like, these are the kind of visuals I would expect from something AAA. I've always been one to explore the side routes, so let's go. I have no idea where I'm going. But that's kind of a good thing, I think. I actually don't mind it when a game leaves you without any obvious sense of direction. I mean, it's not like speaking as someone who's obviously working in a position as game design, I do know that even when a game feels undirected, there usually are subtle cues to direct you in the right path, like whether it be things blocking your way off and then you're clearly left with only one option, or other times it can just be simple uses of lighting. Actually, if you guys are interested in learning more about game design and stuff in general, I would actually really recommend the Game Maker's Toolkit. It's a really interesting series. Glowing orange footprints leading down the path. Alright, let's dive right in there. Nothing bad could possibly happen in this. Oh. I guess I am, sir. Hello? Anybody home? Very moody. I'm ready for whatever you got to throw at me, game. It's getting all dim and dark again. Oh, okay, there I go. That bodes well for me.
In the end, the only thing I saw was a flash. An insufferable burning light. The pain ripping apart my body. I felt it tearing out of my soul. After a while, I was nobody. Nothing. The light went out and I vanished into overwhelming darkness. I welcomed the end with delight.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten. That voice there is actually the voice of old Ned Stark himself, Sean Bean, and Boromir, and many other things. Oh, I seem to have hit an invisible wall or something. I'm not sure. I have no bearing on where I'm going. I'm just going straight forward until the game tells me otherwise. Oh wait, hang on. There's an audio cue. The wind chime. I can use that to pinpoint the direction I assume I'm meant to be going. Oh, this... Wait. Is that the sound of a tent, or is that something behind me? Okay, it's the tent. For some reason, the sound was coming from behind me, so that put me on edge. How convenient, someone left a compass. Is that what those footsteps was? I don't know. A compass, a map, and a journal. How convenient. How delightfully convenient. Play with sounds and music on for better effects. Use your headphones. Yes, well.
Have you ever tried to hold on to your humanity? When others convince you of being no more than a subject, an object, which they can bend to their will. When they told you that you were a monster that deserved punishment. When you could really not remember your sins. When they took away your loved ones, leaving you to rot in the dark. The problem is that in their darkness, you have never been alone.
Good, positive vibes I'm getting here. This feels safe and welcoming. Wait, so I assume I picked up those things. Yep. Compass. Yep, and map. That was one of those where you look at it while you're out in the field. And journal. Alright. Shall we? Press F1 for survival info. Running in the deep snow is tiring. Adjust the pace of the surrounding conditions so you don't exhaust your organism. My organism? That's a very interesting choice of words. Before setting off on a longer journey, rest in the camp and set the goal for a safe route. You can focus on any object to take a better look at it. Lighting your flashlight will become more visible, blah blah blah. Mitigation with the help of map and compass. Barely accessible rocky notches may lead to interesting places and shortcuts. To gain access to them, you will sometimes have to squeeze through low-lying obstacles or jump off them. Okay. So does that mean is it encouraging me to rest in the camp beforehand? Oh, I see. You use the camp to plan your destination. Well, I don't even know where I'm meant to be going, but I assume that's where I am. And there doesn't seem to be... That seems to be a settlement over there, but that's quite a long ways from where I am. Or is it? Actually, maybe not. I just don't know where I'm supposed to be going, so I'm just gonna go da 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 da. Do I press Q there? Did that do it? I don't know. I don't know if this compass is pointing north or if it's pointing to my destination. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, it looks like it's always pointing north, just like an actual compass should be. So, right now, if I want to get down to what those triangle things are on the bottom right here. Oh, I see. You hold the left mouse and it pulls the map away so you can see what's in front of you. So, that means you could be in danger still while you're looking at a map. That's good. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and follow what those footprints were leading towards first. And I was very deliberately framed looking in this direction, so I'm sure that's what the developers intend. What is that? I can focus, apparently, but not on things that distant, apparently. Alright. Well, it seems to be a radio tower. Oh, hello. 35 degrees north, 50 degrees east. Okay. Wherever that is. 50 degrees east. Is that where I am? I'm not sure. I just, I would be terrible out in the wild. I'm going to take a wild guess that that is this marker here. So if I follow this path, I hopefully won't get hopelessly murdered. Eesh. Show me a sign, game. A non-hostile sign, preferably. Glowing red aura. Disturbing sound. Nothing bad's gonna be in here. This looks safe. It's like a meteorite.
I set out the moment I heard about the incident. I was in the area, so I reported to the unit myself to be automatically assigned to the case. I arrived at Vishai on February the 19th, a couple of days before the Institute's rescue group. While waiting for them, I started asking around to see if anyone from among the locals knew anything about the incident. One of them said he had a hunting cabin in the search region and knew the area very well. I decided to use him as a guide. When the rescue team had finally arrived, I explained to them what the unit's role was in this mission, and that all discoveries or observations should be brought to my attention before anyone else's. We established priorities, checked the equipment, and set off right away. It was not until February the 26th we found the tent that I believe belonged to the students. Initial findings show that the people in the tent cut its sidewall and for some reason tried to escape from it in panic. The tracks in the snow led to a forest 1.5 kilometers away. But the trail went cold after 500 meters and we had to carefully search the entire area. This was not a place of any average incident. We had shivers crawling all over our bodies because of the atmosphere surrounding us. I was convinced that something more than just an accident had occurred here. I had the feeling we were dealing with something unnatural.
Unnatural? Ooh. That's set for that one. That seems normal. Okay. Okay, this seems normal. Okay. It's okay. All cool. Okay. So, I get the distinct impression I was not meant to stay in that pit and get murdered. But, I was just like, can I safely move? Can I move past these rocks? I probably should have assumed I could. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight out of the pit. Oof. Oh. I see. Oh, there's a person running over there. Glowy person, come back to me. I see you, glowy person. I'd much prefer to have a clear thing to follow than using the compass and the map. Sprint for longer, lady. Or man. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is a man. Jeez. So gloomy. Just so I have my bearings. Yeah. Oh, I can only hold up the map while I'm sitting still. Oh, it's because I was holding it down. Oh no, I could just leave it out and then anytime I've stopped to just look at the map. But yeah, I have no indicator of where I personally am at the time, so all I have to go off is any, like, I'm guessing what those coordinates on the rock were for is to tell you where you are. So anytime I see coordinates on the wall, that's probably where I am. Apologize for asking a bit slow, I'm just trying to figure out how everything works. It's all very moody though. And yes, definitely on the side of supernatural, what with floating rocks and fireballs descending from the heavens. Yeah, now, there's two paths here. If I had to hazard a guess, because that's where the central rocks were, and I was following this guy, I'm thinking I might be around here, but because there's a fork in the road, right? I went off in a direction where it forked into two paths. That looks like it could be it. Could even be this one, maybe? Or it could also be this one. I don't know. I don't know. I just, yeah. Tell me the way to go. Oh.
You were remarkable, just like me.
I'm remarkably inept at
You are losing your mind, my friend.
losing my mind is what your spelling says.
Sinking slowly into the abyss, and there is no one to give you a hand. And at the bottom, I am the only one waiting for you.
Okay. Whatever you say, Sean Bean. You seem like a nice fellow. I hear wolves. I was recording with the intention of making it like a 60 FPS video, but I am recording at like 1440p because I didn't want to compromise the visuals. So you might see slight frame rate dips from 60 in the YouTube video. Sorry, but I wanted it to look as good as it could. Since this isn't exactly a Twitch shooter style of game. At least I hope it's not. I hope it doesn't turn into a Twitch shooter style of game, but kind of hard to imagine. Ooh. Totem. Alrighty. So far, so peaceful. It is really oppressively dark, though. I can hear what appears to be a tent or a flag, maybe? I'm going to assume a tent. Or a piece of paper. And it looks like I get to read this one. Mysterious lights above however you read that, Svobodny Cosmodrome. Mysterious events in the sky were noted during the night of 4th to 5th of July. Witnesses testified that they had seen a bright orange sphere which had crossed the sky above the city several times, moving chaotically and immediately changing its direction of flight. Finally, it stopped and disappeared. Major Gyurka, an aviation professional, confirms, "It is impossible for any flying object we know to move like that." The military and the Cosmodrome's personnel answered our questions in a short and firm way by distancing themselves to the event, informing that there was no activity in that area, as well as there was no tests performed. Interesting. So, a UFO! Nothing else I can use here, and I certainly don't want to go jumping off that ledge. So, back on the proven trail, whatever. I hear voices. Ooh. Can I get a better look up here? Nope, got to go around the hill and... Oh, hello. You don't seem hostile. Up to the church then. Very oppressive mood going on in here. Ooh, spooky, scary. I thought I could hear something screaming behind me and it put me kind of on edge. Oh, is this not the way to get to that building? Have I gone down the wrong path? Whoa, hello, what are you? Are you hostile? Oh yeah, you're hostile. Okay. In retrospect, it should have been pretty obvious that that was hostile. I just really wanted to know if I could just move past it and not get wrecked. Question is this the kind of game that saves only at the campsites, or do they... it looks like anytime you interact with an item in the environment, it saves. Anytime you find like a journal or a campsite. So that thing was flat out stalking me. So, there's clearly a church building there, but that obviously goes in a completely different direction, so I guess I just have to go the long way around. It sure looks that way. And there's the little person going up again. I'm gonna hug the wall this time, make sure there's no other, like, little path I missed. Like this one, for example. Or is this the same one I went down before? Oh, no, it's the same path. Just gotta keep an eye behind me. So I'm guessing when they're grayed out shadows, they're not hostile, but they can turn hostile very quickly. There he is. Did you see him? He was behind me. Guess I just gotta keep an eye out for him while moving forward. Yep. Still tailing me, that guy. And... oh, one way it could be a dead end. Oh. I'm gonna... that wind made me think there was a shadow thing coming up behind me. I really hope I'm going the right direction and not just to a dead end where I'm going to be mercilessly slaughtered by a shadow. Oh dear, I may have just walked into a dead end where I get mercilessly slaughtered by a shadow. And yep, that's a total dead end. I don't know why I'm bothering to look at the map. I have no idea where I am in the grand scheme of things. Okay, there's a narrow path here. It's alright, this is all good. Maybe this will lead towards the chapel. I hear something flapping. Is that like a map or a compass? A save point would be most welcome. It's above me, I think. It looks like that's where I'm going. And totems. Alright, am I reading this or... Nope, I'm reading this. Silesk is a closed city in Tomsk Oblast, Russia, located 15 kilometers northwest of the Tomsk on the right bank of the Tom River. The Federal Atomic Energy Agency, founded in 1949. It was known as Pyatyi Pochtovia, however you read that. Town status was granted to it in 1956. It comprises several nuclear reactors and chemical plants for separation, enrichment, and reprocessing of uranium and plutonium. The headquarters of Russian Research Natural Phenomena is called the Soviet Research Unit. The unit's activities concern research on occurring natural disasters in Russia. Well, that's that. So, actually, while I'm up here, I should have a look and figure out how am I getting to that church? Because I'm completely turned around from where the church is now. There's the church. So, while I'm in the high ground, there appears to be a path down there, but there's probably more likely that path there, seeing as that is the longer road to travel. It looks like I might have to go around quite a bit. Actually, if I see the town, the church there, maybe, just maybe, that's this area. I wonder if I should interpret the wolf sounds to mean I'm being closed in on. I don't know. I just don't know. Let's see, there's a great big ravine there. Wait. Thought I heard something. Totems and the galing wind. Oh, that's actually marked now. That's clearly marked as a thing I interacted with. So I guess as I travel around, those things will be marked so I at least have some idea of where I'm going. Oh, right, they said fast travel between campsites, so I guess that's what that was. Well, I'm not gonna get anywhere just sitting around here. I guess I'll just keep blindly stumbling across paths. Because that's the path I was coming down before. But I don't... Like, the time it would take me to figure out where I am on the map just based on the current stuff. This isn't a real life situation. This is meant to be me, recording me playing a video game for supposed amusement of others, but... Pardon me, jeez. It's just not that kind of thing. Not a good time to have to sneeze, jeez. Please no wolves. I don't want any of that. Alright, well, that's the way I came from, so... Oh, is this another path? That music... Like, that gloomy rumbling. But given I was being stalked by a shadow before... Makes me wonder if I should reserve sprinting purely for escaping. Those distant rumbles do not put me at ease, let's put it that way. At least I haven't saved too far away from here. But, gotta keep my eyes sharp. Nothing's stalking me. Is that another path up? Or is it just like a little outlet? Just a outcrop? Alright. Nothing out of the ordinary. I don't know if this flashlight has a battery or not. If it doesn't, there's no reason for me not to leave it on, really.
You have to go faster. I don't have a lot of time left. You have to hurry.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Find the way. Find me, or I'll unleash hell upon you.
That's... Wait. Okay, I'm moving, Mr. Sean Bean, sir. Oh, well, that doesn't look good. My depth of field is going all blurry and shit. And I have no energy to sprint. Just move a little faster, please. You have to move faster or I'll unleash fiery hell upon you. Okay. Kindly do not collapse on me, please. Oh, am I on the right side to the church building? I guess I'll find out. This sure looks like I'm on the right side now. Ooh. Not good. There's the moon. And that sounds distinctly like a church bell. Oh, there it is. I can see it. I'm a-coming. I'm a-coming. Alright. No shadows following me. Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's telling me to get the fuck inside. Can't use this door. Oh, I can.
We discovered the first bodies by the pine trees. A makeshift campfire suggested they tried to warm up. The bodies were only in underwear. I decided to thoroughly search the area between the tent and the tree line. I discovered the other bodies every few hundred meters apart. The position indicated the victims attempted to return to the tent as fast as they could. This could mean that the threat was gone and the group decided to go back to the tent, or just the opposite. Someone or something appeared from the forest and forced its victims to run. At this point, it is difficult to determine what exactly happened. I have collected small samples from all bodies for further research at the unit's laboratory. I discussed this situation with the rest of the rescue team, and afterwards they focused on the visual inspection of the tent and areas by the trees, and I entered the forest.
Oh no. Is that right? Has the flaming... Nope, the flaming is still present. But I appear to be almost completely surrounded by this... Oh, wait. The force dissipated. So moody. It's so pretty. Okay. Tell you what, guys. This was just the first chapter, but we're gonna continue this next time on Sven Plays. See you then. Oh, okay, this seems normal. Okay. It's okay. All cool.